Hey guys, we're live once again. So I'll give it a minute or two. I see folks coming on now. I'll give it a minute or two here for people to come on real quick. So how's everybody's day going so far? Or evening for some of you. I know I got a lot of folks that's across the world, the other side of the world, the dark side of the moon, dark side of the world, whatever. I guess it is dark over there now. All right. So we're just getting started, guys. I wanted to share a couple things with you today in this session that I think is really going to help you guys, especially with what's going on right now. So we'll get into that, but just give it maybe another minute just to let people come on here. I know it's Friday. Hopefully you guys are having an awesome day and awesome week so far, starting the weekend. It's almost like the days kind of run together for a lot of us. I'm still working, of course. This is part of my job, so I'm still publishing and writing music and doing videos and creating content for you guys. So, you know, I'm still doing my job, but I know some of you probably aren't able to work depending on what industry you're in. So I know a lot of people, and kind of unfortunate, they have more time on their hands if they're not able to work. But, you know, hopefully you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are doing good. So we've got some folks on here. Thank you for joining, by the way. I'm just going to type a message. I've got my laptop over here. So I'm going to share 3 different things with you guys today, and I want your input on a lot of what we're going to talk about today. So one thing I'm going to give you is I'm going to tell you my current workout routine. I don't really talk much about my workouts on here on this channel because it's primarily for metal music and guitar players, but I know a lot of you do work out, and if you don't, I encourage you to start training, start doing some kind of activity every day because, you know, we got to keep our health up, guys. We got to keep in shape. Now, what we're going to talk about after that may sound almost contradicting, but I'm going to share what craft beer I'm drinking. You know, do things in moderation. I wouldn't even get into that, but, you know, you guys know I love craft beer. I know a lot of you do as well. So I'm going to share that with you today too. And I'm also going, hey, the Faceless, what's up, dude? Que pasa, man? Que pasa, amigo? Lastly, I'm going to have you guys give me some, give me some songs and some things that you want to hear for next week's live sessions. I want to kind of recap what happened this week in case you missed some of the live performances. So let's dig right in. We've got a few folks on. Thank you guys for joining. Happy Friday. It's Metal Friday. It's metal every day, but we'll just say Metal Friday because today's Friday and we love metal. I hope you guys are doing well. So we're going to talk about my current workout routine. Before we get into that, I'm going to pour myself a beer before this gets too cold. So I'm going to share real quick, and I'll talk about this a little later, more in depth. This is called bear lasers. I've got this like weird thing where I love bears. I just think they're cute. I've always loved them since I was a kid. So when I saw this beer called Bear Lasers, and it's an IPA, I'm like, okay, I'm going to try this. And it's pretty dang good beer as well. So this is by a local brewery. I know a lot of you don't live in my area because, again, you're all over the world. So I know a lot of you, I encourage you guys to buy local when you can. But this is a local brewery here in the Tampa Bay area. They're actually located downtown Tampa by Hidden Springs. And this thing is it's an IPA with Citra, Simcoe, and Mosaic hops. It's an entire pint here. I love that. And it's 6.7%. Again, Hidden Springs Ale Works. And guys at Hidden Springs, thank you for making this beer. If you happen to be watching this, I know I sent you guys a message earlier on Instagram, so hopefully you get a chance to see this. So I'm going to crack this open while we start talking about my workout routine. So again, I know a lot of you can't go to the gym. I know all gyms in my area, they've been closed now for 2 weeks. So, and I think that's the case in most parts of the world. I think, you know, places like that where you've got big gatherings, the potential for big gatherings, of course, they're shut down because of this coronavirus. And I'm not going to say the word coronavirus too much because, man, I get so sick of hearing about it. I know you guys probably do too. Put that over there. It's a cool blue can. So basically my workout here, it consists of 3 days of training. And this is subject to change at any time. This is just what I'm doing right now. Excuse me. Yeah, so Faceless, same there. No more social stuff. Yeah, so gyms are shut down. So what we have is just some light dumbbells. My wife and I got a dumbbell set from my parents a long time ago, and it's 5 pound, 10 pound, 15 and 20. So the heaviest thing we have is 20-pound dumbbells. Eddie Gray is on from the Pipe Nook. Hey dude, I know you're on break right now, so thanks for joining, man. He's probably eating a sandwich right now, while watching this cool video. But no, so what I'm doing here, and what I encourage you guys to do is don't fret so much, and that was not intended to be a guitar pun, fret, but don't fret so much over what you don't have or that your gym's closed. Just find what you do have at home. Most of you guys have probably a pair of dumbbells or kettlebells, something. If not, try to find a used pair. I will say right now it's hard to find dumbbells, man. I went to this local sports store to buy used dumbbells, and he said, man, every time the truck comes in to deliver them, they're sold out within a couple hours. So I'm like, well, crap. I'm stuck using my 20-pound dumbbells. But here's the caveat. I have learned, when this is techniques I use in the gym anyway, but I'm using more of them, using techniques to make your workouts more intense. And that's what I'm going to share with you right now. So here's my program, guys. 3 days of training, and then I'll start those 3 days over, or I may take a day off in between or something like that. So no, Pipe Nook, it's not 5 o'clock in Tampa, dude. It's noonish. Anyway, it's noon here. So workout number one, I'm gonna give you all 3 workouts real quick here, guys. Workout number 1 is I'll do a chest and back workout. So what I do is I do all this with the same weight, with 20-pound dumbbells. I'll do 4 sets of 50 reps, okay? So this is part of the technique we're gonna use to ramp up the intensity. 4 sets of 50 reps on just dumbbell bench. I'll either do my bench, we have an incline bench, and it goes flat and has an incline. So one time I'll do it flat, the other time I'll do it incline, alternate that every other workout. So chest and back, 4 sets of 50 on dumbbell press. Then I'll switch to back, and I'll do 4 sets of 50 with dumbbell bent over rows, where like barbell rows, you lean forward, have a slight arc in your back, and you pull the dumbbells up towards you. Okay, so 4 sets of 50 on both of those. Then I'll turn around and I'll do 3 sets of about 35 to 40 reps with dumbbell flies, and then I'll do single arm rows. So that's the back workout. I'll alternate a chest exercise with a back exercise, then chest, then back. And because I'm doing so many reps, that's all I do. So, we're hitting close to, I suck at math, but we're hitting close to like 300 reps per body part there. So again, we're not lifting heavy weight, obviously, but I'm getting a really good pump, a really good workout out of just those. So the faceless, you say you can change the disc on your dumbbells. That's cool. That's really, really cool, man. So yeah, I try to look for those on Amazon. I think Bowflex has them, the adjustable dumbbells, stuff like that. So Jose, what's up, dude? Thanks for coming on. So you do 20 jumping jacks, 20 squats, 20 push-ups, and 50-second wall sit. Yeah, those are tough, dude. Wall sitting, that's tough, man. And so anything to work the lower body, then you lift a bit of weights. You don't lift too much weight, just get your heart rate up. Yeah, that's a good workout, Jose. So that's workout number 1, chest and back. So, again, 2 exercises for each. I alternate those exercises. I'm doing extremely high reps, okay? So workout number 2, the next day, and there's only 3 workouts that I've got here. Then workout number 2 is shoulders and arms. I'll practically do the same thing for shoulders. I'll go for that 50 rep with just seated dumbbell press, lifting straight up over your head. So I'll do that, and then I'll do 4 sets of that, 4 sets of 50. And then I'll try to do, what am I doing for lateral raises? Then I'll do the lateral raises where you're coming out like this. So I'll do 3 or 4 sets of that high rep. Usually on those, I might just do 25 reps because, using that same weight, those are a lot heavier than pressing. And here's the thing, if I can't hit all 50 reps, if I make a goal, so let's say you make a goal to hit 50 reps and you don't hit all 50, let's say you make it like 35, 37, put the dumbbells down, rest for 10 seconds, and then pump them out again until you hit that 50 mark. That's a really good way to ramp up your intensity with light dumbbells. Okay, so after shoulders, you got shoulder press, really high reps, 4 sets of 50, then lateral raises. I'll either do 3 sets of 25, or a better technique is I'll superset 3 different types of lateral movements. So you've got the bent over lateral raises where you're kind of leaning forward and you pull them out like this, do 10 reps of that, then do 10 reps of front raises, okay? And then immediately do 10 reps of just regular lateral raises. That's 30 reps total, and your shoulders will be burning. Do 2 or 3 sets of that, and holy crap. So after shoulders, I train arms, and I'll usually just pick one arm exercise, and I'll try to do like 3 or 4 sets and hit a total of 100 reps for a bicep movement, like some kind of hammer curls or regular curls. And then I'll do a tricep where you're holding your dumbbell over your head like this and coming down and doing like that. Okay, so then next, so let me answer Jim's question. Hey Jim, thanks for joining, dude. Jim's asking me, is this your everyday gym routine or home routine? Dude, this is just my home routine for now. I don't know if you caught the first part here, but I've only got dumbbells that go up to 20s. And like I said, everywhere I've searched to buy heavier dumbbells, every place is sold out because they're a hot commodity right now, man. The guy at the used sports store, he told me, he's like, man, I've had like huge bodybuilder guys come in here just, cussing at each other and fighting over who gets to buy the dumbbells, because these people are probably competing and stuff like that. So, they're like, crap, I can't go to my gym. You can't go to your gym and squat 500 pounds or bench press 400 pounds. So what are you going to do, So I get it. But anyway, that's where we're at right now. So workout number 3. So I gave you 1 and 2. Workout number 3 is leg day. And that's what I did actually today. And man, I am screaming right now. My quads are killing me. So hold the dumbbells up here like this and just do squats. Now, because you're holding light dumbbells, I encourage you to squat like ass to ground, like ass to grass, ass to ground. Go all the way down, do a full squat. And I do 4 sets of 25 of those. Actually, I'm sorry, I did 6 sets today. I did first 4 sets of 25. I did another set, I was shy of 25, and then I just did a rest pause after that to hit a total of 125 reps, so 6 total sets. And then I did some stiff leg deadlifts where you're standing up with the dumbbells by your side and kind of in front of you. I'm sorry, not by your side, but in front of you. And you just kind of lean forward, keeping your legs somewhat straight, slight bend in your knee, and forcing your hamstrings to pull the weight back up. So I did 4 sets of 15 reps on that. And I think I ended my leg workout. Well, I didn't end quite yet. I did sumo squats where your legs are kind of further out and you're holding the dumbbell, in between, like, in front of you there with one hand, just one dumbbell, and doing the sumo squat. So I did 4 sets of 20 of that, and I ended with some calf raises. For calf raises, just regular toe raises, hold the dumbbells and just raise your toes up, I'll pump those out real quick, and I'll do as many as I can, rest 10 seconds, do as many as I can, rest 10 seconds until I hit a total of 100 reps. So that will get your calves screaming. So guys, that's it. That's my 3-day workout after those 3 days. So just to recap real quick. Okay, day 1, chest and back, high rep chest and back. Day number 2, shoulders and arms, all high reps. Day number 3 is legs. So you cover all your muscle groups, your body parts in those 3 workouts. And then I just start it over again. I might take a day off here and there. Like I took a day off after my last leg workout because I was freaking sore. I'm like, man, I've never squatted this light before, but I don't know that I've ever been this sore. So questions about the workouts? Any questions you guys have about the workouts? I'm telling you, 100 reps is tough. 100 reps of anything. And I'm not doing all 100 reps at one time. Again, I'm doing these by sets. But 100 reps is really, really tough on that. Now, another technique you guys can do on your workouts. Let me have a sip of beer here while we're talking about working out. This is my post-workout beer, by the way. Some other things you can do is sometimes, if I don't want to go extremely high rep, let's say I'm doing shoulder press, I'll do 10 real strict reps, meaning you come down real slow, okay? And your reps are very controlled, very, very slow. Do 10 of those. It's going to take you a while because you're going super slow. And as soon as you finish that 10, pump out 10 more fast ones. That will also give you a good pump. Things like supersets, going from one exercise right to another, that will help give you a good pump. The rest pause, do an exercise, do as many reps as you can, rest about 10-15 seconds, and then go again with the same exercise, same weight. Those are good as well. So all those things are really good ideas. And now the faceless, you're saying, dude, swim 150 laps in your pool. Dude, my pool is small, but I'm gonna tell you, man, even though my pool is small, or our pool, I can only swim about 5 or 6 laps in that small pool, going there and back being one. And dude, I'm winded, man. That's that's crazy. So yeah, I do that sometimes. Right now, our pool's getting refinished because it was time to do that. So our pool's not going to be available probably for another week. So I'm hoping they come by today and start working more on it because I'm ready to get in. Jim, you're asking me if I'm a fan of the push-pull, the push days and pull days. I am. Yeah, dude, I am. I'm doing what I do, guys, is I don't ever stay on the same workout routine for too long. About every 6 weeks, sometimes 8 weeks, I'll change things up a little bit. I do love the push-pull. Meaning, so if you're doing a push day, that's going to be all chest. For those of you who aren't familiar, it's all chest, shoulders, and triceps. Anything you're pushing. Okay, a pull day is going to be working your back, your rear deltoids, your trap muscles, anything that's pulling, and then you've got a leg day after that. So it's a 3-day concept. But I'm a big fan of that. But Jim, I'm also again, I don't stay on the same thing for too long. You've got to switch things up every now and then, so to shock your muscles into growth. Another thing that I'm a fan of, push-pull, is actually doing agonist and antagonist workouts, which means you're pushing and pulling in the same workout. You do a set of bench press, then you walk over there and do a set of barbell rows. Then you go do a set of dumbbell bench press, and then go do some dumbbell, one single arm dumbbell rows. So I'm a fan of that as well. Doing a set of squats, then doing an ab exercise, working the agonist, antagonist. So that works as well. There's and I like the typical bodybuilding split, the bodybuilding split where you do, okay, I'm doing chest and buys today. I'm going to do, back tomorrow, shoulders and tries and legs. I like those splits as well. One thing I'll tell you guys is when we get back to gym workouts, lifting weights, one thing that I do is I have 2 leg days. That's for certain, because I think people spend way too much time on upper body and usually only one small day a week on legs. And I don't think that's enough for legs. If you want muscle growth, and I know this is way off topic for metal music, but if you want muscle growth, train your legs twice a week. You will gain weight, and good weight. I'm not talking about fat weight. You're gonna gain muscle weight, and you're gonna get your strength up there. So, all right, guys, I'll pause for any workout questions if you guys have those. The faceless, to answer your question, I don't run, dude. No, I'm about 220 pounds. I think some people are meant to run. Some people have that body shape and that body type. I'm not one of those people. Running's a bad idea for me. It's going to build like really, really bad on my knees for someone like me. But I think running's great for a lot of people, though. I really do. So it just depends on what your goals are too. If your goal is to get super lean, running is going to be awesome. If you're having a hard time building muscle and you're trying to build more muscle and pack on mass, I would say just do walking for your cardio, instead of running. So this, just depends on your goals and your body type and a lot of other factors. So guys, who's drinking beer yet? Is anybody drinking beer? I know my buddy Eddie, the Pipe Nook, I think he's on the clock, so he's probably not drinking beer. Or maybe he is. All right, Jose says definitely work out the legs at least twice a week. Or if you can, 3 or 4 days. You don't want to end up looking like Scott Steiner. Yeah. And you don't want to look like the typical cartoon character, this huge upper body, but then you get to the legs, and they're like, beep, they're like little sticks, You don't want that. And what I'll say, just going a little bit deeper into this thing, what I'll say is training your legs, and I'm a fan of heavy weights too. I'm lifting light right now because I'm making do with what I have. Okay, but I love training heavy in the gym and then mixing heavy weights in with light weights and a lot of reps, just mixing all that together. But training legs is just it's gonna do a lot for your natural ability to produce more hormonal output. Your natural testosterone and growth hormone levels, all those things are gonna go up naturally if you're training, on a regular basis in the gym. If you're lifting weights, resistance is good for your health overall. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a specialist or anything like that, but I'm in my mid 40s right now, and I'm probably in the best shape that I've ever been in my entire life. So and I think it has a cumulative effect of me lifting weights over the years. There's a natural progression there. So, all right, I want to give a shout out to the beer in case these guys are watching, from Hidden Springs Ale Works. the Bear Lasers IPA. And again, that's with Citra, Simcoe, and Mosaic hops. This stuff's good, man. This stuff's really, really good. So again, Hidden Springs guys, if you're watching this, thank you for the good brew. All right, any other workout questions while we're chatting about that, guys? So I want to move on to live events. So this week we had 2 live events, and I want your opinions too, guys. I want your input, so I'm about to ask for that. Well, the Faceless says, talking about training makes me want to hit the gym. Last year, up to now, can only do light training, yeah. So, yeah, talking about this weight stuff, man, it does, I just did my leg workout today. I'm winded still from it, but, yeah, just talking about the stuff gets you kind of pumped. Just like, want to go lift some weights, bro. Let's go do it, All right, so 2 live events, guys. I don't know if you caught, I know some of you on here did. Excuse me, I'm trying not to burp on camera. I've got that, it's happening. All right, it's gone. So I went live on Facebook for, my wife came up with this idea, which is really cool, and I love it. She calls it, she said, Jason, you should do a wind down Wednesday. So we did. So I did that on Facebook Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. That was Eastern Standard Time. And all I did was just played acoustic. I played a couple of originals, but then I played a lot of other things. I even threw in some metal songs and just did an acoustic version of that, which that turned out really well. I did Iron Maiden's "Wasted Years," and of course "Nothing Else Matters," and a couple of hair band songs and stuff like that, and just a couple of crowd favorites. Like I did "Journey," "Faithfully." I did. I Want to Know What Love Is, Foreigner. So I did Bad English, When I See You Smile, did all that. I'm kind of mixing in some metal style acoustic stuff with some of the 80s hair bands and some of those really powerful ballady songs on acoustic, because it's Wind Down Wednesday. It's kind of a little bit softer, and that turned out really good. So if you guys aren't on my Facebook, definitely go there. If you just look up my name and then type in metal or music, make sure you like my musician profile. I don't use my personal profile. I mean, I'll tell you guys right now, if you friend request me on that, I don't even manage that. I have someone else manage that because I just don't have time for it. So make sure it's my musician profile. So don't get offended if I don't accept any friend requests, because like I said, I don't even manage it and I don't really do much with it. It's mainly just for family and some of the folks that I've known for a gazillion years. But again, I primarily use my musician account. So I'll let me put that in the link real quick for you guys so you guys know. Also, I didn't even mention this yet, guys. If you're interested in supporting my music and my channel here, there are links in the YouTube description here of this video, and I've got links to my shop. I'm always putting out new stuff on my shop. So here's my Facebook page there. But I'm always putting out new stuff on my shop. You can buy my CDs. I have got my Masterpiece CD, my latest album. You can get the physical CD there. Jason Stallworth shop.com. That's in the link in this YouTube description here. I've also got a link to where you can stream my music. You can buy and stream my music on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, all those places. And I'm also, this is not so much for now, but for my live performances, whenever I go do a live show like I did last night, I've got a little tip jar through PayPal. So that link's in this description too. So if you want to support me, guys, click on any of those links there and take action. And that's a good way to support me, and I appreciate it. So Facebook was Wind Down Wednesday. Okay, I did that live. And last night, who attended my show last night? I had a lot of people on last night, and that was so cool. So who was on last night to watch the metal show? I was playing songs off the Masterpiece album. And I'm trying to look through the names here to see if I recognize any. I couldn't really look down much because I was playing. Faceless, I know, dude, it was 2 a.m. there, man. So, yeah, so I can, I mean, dude, you should have got up and watched it anyway. I'm just kidding, man. Jim, you were on, babe, you were on. So yeah, I know we had a big crowd last night. It was so cool. Basically what I did, I was standing up here playing my songs, and I wanted to share how I did that real quick with you guys. And this is gonna resonate with musicians. I basically went in, because I recorded my album here in my studio and I mixed everything here and all that. So I went into the original tracks I recorded and I got rid of the vocal tracks. I just muted the vocal tracks and then dumped down, you know, the remaining song without the vocals. So that way, when I was singing last night, guys, I wasn't singing along with my songs. That was actually my vocals just putting it out there. So if you heard me screw up my own lyrics, that happened about 3 or 4 times, more than I'd like to admit. I'm like, Jason, why can't you remember your own freaking lyrics, dude? That's just what happens when you, you know, in my situation, whereas I'm a solo artist, I don't play out right now, you know, and I've never played my masterpiece album out anywhere. You know, bands that play out all the time, you're playing these songs over and over, so you remember every note, every lyric, and, you know, and they still screw up sometimes. That just happens, you know, but I'm just doing this on my own. I don't play these songs. I haven't actually played my songs in a long time because I haven't really had a reason to. So I was sitting there like the last 2 days, I'm like, crap, I need to practice my own song so I can play this live for you guys. So anyway, that's kind of, yeah, it does, Jim, it does happen to Ozzy. But yeah, like some of the lyric lines, I'm like, man, I so don't remember the lyrics, and I just reread this and practiced it earlier today, and I would just like repeat another phrase or whatever. So I have made a promise to myself and to you guys that I'm actually going to run through my own songs at least 3 times a week so that I know them better. I also didn't play my solos last night for the songs I sang on because it was just, I was playing everything through the computer. Everything you heard was coming out of those KRK monitors right there. I had a lapel mic kind of close to that monitor, and it actually ended up sounding really good. So, you know, that was the setup last night. So let's see here. Jose, you caught the replay. Thanks, dude. Thank you, man. And I'm glad you enjoyed that, dude. The Faceless. So you said, dude, you'll do the next one if I promise to play out there. So that's off my first album. That's off this album right here, my very first album, Apocalyptic Dreams. And actually, if you go to, I don't have this on CD. I got the CD made just for me when I released the album. And for whatever reason, I decided not to release this on CD. So it's just on iTunes and Amazon and all the digital platforms. You can buy it and stream it. But I just don't have the physical CD available. The only physical CD I have available is the one for Masterpiece, what I put out last year. So if I get enough requests for this CD, for this to be put out and available on CD, I'll certainly consider that. It's just, I know a lot of people don't buy CDs anymore. I still buy some, but not near as much as I did when all we had was CDs. Like these days, you just mostly listen on, you know, on iTunes or Spotify or whatever. So yeah, I would definitely do that song Out There. That's something else, The Faceless, that's something else I'll have to go back and like relearn because that album's instrumental only. So what I would do in that case, I would go through my original tracks and mute the lead guitar patterns, the solos, and dump those down, and so that I could play solos live along, you know, with the backing tracks. So I'll look into doing that, dude. I've got to go back. Those are some old mix downs that I have, so I got to make sure I have them in my studio. I hope that I do. So I'll definitely, if I can make that happen, I definitely will. So thank you for that. But yeah, guys, so this next week, I'm planning on going live again, and this is going to be kind of the new norm for me, because not only because of this whole virus thing, but really because I am pretty much full-time doing what I do now musically and a few other things. You guys know I'm a fitness writer as well, which is why we're talking about the workouts earlier. By the way, if you want more dumbbell workouts, go to this site right here. This is, some of you know about this site, some of you don't, but you can go to my homepage here. I hope I spelled this right. You can go to my homepage on themuscleprogram.com, and I've got like a little tab right there that says workouts at home. There's a little green button there. Just click on that, and that'll give you my recent blog posts on the workouts at home, and pretty much all those blog posts have a video in there as well. So if you're looking for stuff to do at home, dumbbell workouts, definitely go to that site and check that out. And you know, I've been pumping out content like crazy to get people workouts that they can do from home. Because a lot of people, you go from training heavy at the gym to now you're home, you can't go to the gym. It's like, okay, I can't do the typical workout anymore, you know, so I need something else. So definitely do that. The Faceless, you said, after I recorded the album, did I forget the songs? Yes. every album I've recorded. I've got 4 albums out there. If you guys look up my name, Jason Stallworth, on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, Google Play, any like reputable streaming service, or places you can buy digital music, you'll see all 4 albums out there. I've even got 1 single. But yeah, with the exception of my recent album, Masterpiece, I have practically forgotten all the songs. Like, I know them. If I'm playing it here, if I like play it on my computer, I can start kind of playing along with it and kind of get the gist of it. But if you were to ask me just to go out and play it from scratch, I'd be like, what do I do now? Beefus, I would not know how to play it. So this is the thing, and I don't really get tired of the song, and I saw your last comment there. I don't really get tired of my songs so much. It's just the fact that I don't play out. I'm a solo artist, and I play mainly in the studio. So I'm slowly changing things this year because I am going to start playing. I've already been playing acoustic out quite a bit, over the past few months until this virus hit. But I do plan to play out more this year and continue on because I miss it. I don't know if the Pipe Nook is still on, but that's one of my closest friends, Eddie Gray, and him and I played in a band called The Guys many, many, many years ago. This was like mid-90s, like early mid-90s, maybe even a little late 90s. And we played in a few different bands, but yeah, we used to play live, and I haven't really played live much in a long time. So I'm ready to get back. Yeah, there's Eddie. So I'm ready to get back to playing live. And Eddie and I have actually talked about, I've got little different music projects going on all over the place right now. Eddie and I have talked about, like, bringing back some of the stuff that we did, and just doing something virtually together, because he's about 8 hours from me. But yeah, Eddie played bass. You did play a rad bass, dude. All right, so I want to get to Jim's comment real quick. Going back to the workout, so Jim is asking, do I use creatine or protein? Dude, and if I were going to recommend any 2 supplements it would be those 2 that you mentioned, creatine monohydrate and protein powder. In fact, every morning my day starts around 5:30 a.m. right now. I used to go to the gym around 4:30, but now I'm waking up about 5:30 a.m. I drink a full glass of water, take a B12 drop, and then I will drink a cup of coffee and I'll start writing. Usually I'm doing my the muscle program work at that time in the morning. About an hour into it, I'll drink a scoop of protein powder and about 7 grams of creatine monohydrate. I'll shake that up with water and I'll down that. And then about 30 minutes after that, my wife and I have been taking a walk. When we get back from the walk, I'll go on the patio and I'll do my little dumbbell workout with super light weights and a lot of reps. And then I'll drink another protein shake, this time with blueberries and almond milk, sometimes a half a banana, and creatine monohydrate and protein powder in that as well. So yes, protein and protein and creatine. And Faceless, yeah, I get it. Just eat better, then you don't really need protein. The problem with that is for someone with my goals, if you're really wanting to pack on muscle and get stronger, your body does require that extra protein. So yeah, I could eat, but that I can't cook 5-6 meals a day like that. I mean, I could if I want to do that, but I don't think that we have time for that. So it is indeed a supplement. Now I will say I used to do 3 or 4 protein shakes a day. I've cut way down on that. I usually only do protein powder right before and right after I work out. And the reason for that is because whey protein powder is going to digest a lot faster than any other type of protein, right? So after you work out, you need that fast digesting protein to start the recovery process, because your muscles don't grow in the gym, right? They don't grow in the gym at all. They grow when you're feeding them and when you're resting them after that workout. That's how they grow. Aminos, I like branched chain amino acids, Faceless, but sometimes I think they're a waste, because you only get, with protein powder you get this much, with aminos you get that much, So it's a lot of people, I think amino acids are good if you're doing long distance type stuff. Because the branched chain amino acids, there's an amino acid called leucine, L-leucine, that helps promote protein synthesis, which in short what that does is keep the protein from breaking down so that you're not burning into your muscle tissue. So like you, Faceless, you're running, so amino acids are perfect for that, like before or during or after, that's good. But I do agree, eat better. Try to get most of your nutrition from whole food meals. That's better. But if a lot of people aren't going to be able to just wolf down a big chicken breast as soon as they get home from the gym, and it's just not practical. So that's where the protein powder comes in handy. Yeah, I guess the carbohydrates from pineapple juice or any kind of carbohydrate, supplement's going to help, replace the glycogen that you're losing while you're training. So that's definitely something. So guys, next week I do plan to do some live events. I'm going to do a wind down Wednesday again, and it's been recommended. I've had some suggestions like, hey Jason, I had somebody say learn a Rush song, learn a song from Scorpions, and learn a song from Dokken to play. So I don't typically play covers, but for Wind Down Wednesday, I'm gonna be integrating more covers into that. So I'm trying to get as many metal songs that I can just do an acoustic version of as I can for you guys, so that you guys will recognize those. But yeah, I'm gonna be learning some songs. Gonna be learning a Scorpions, Dokken, and Rush song for next week. So definitely next Wednesday. If you're not on my Facebook, just scroll back up. There's I left the link up there in the chat. And of course, I do plan to go live again on YouTube, do another live show for you guys. So Faceless, I know you want to hear Out There. I'm going to see if I can revive those old tracks if I've still got them in the studio, and I can church them up to get the lead guitar out. That way I can play lead, live. I don't want to play along with the music, so to speak. In other words, this is why I cut the vocal tracks out last night. I didn't want to have my vocals playing in the track and then me singing on top of that, because then it's not organic, it's not authentic. So like I said, I cut the vocals completely out of the track so that when I was singing, it's pure me being live, and that was as close to live as I can get. And I was also playing guitar as well. I didn't play guitar solos last night during the vocal songs, if you notice, because again, there was a challenge for me to get the volume up on the lead track. Anyway, I'm getting technical here, but so I'm working on things. It's a work in progress here, and these live shows are going to get better and better and better. Last night's was pretty awesome. I had a lot of really great feedback from that, and I know a lot of you enjoyed that. So thank you again for attending that. Yeah, you're right. It doesn't have to sound perfect. I don't think I've ever been to any perfect live show. Like you always hear live shows. You always hear bands, like especially us musicians, because I'm not really listening for screw ups, and I'm not the kind of person that's like, oh, you just screwed up. I don't care. I'm just, I think it's amazing when bands get up there and play live, because that's just, you're out there in front of people. There's just a ton of pressure when you're up there, and your adrenaline's like, just shot up. It's pretty cool. But so I respect anyone who plays live, even some of the music that I find is simple. Like even I've recently gone out and heard some people play live, and like I'm not a bluegrass fan, for example, but my wife and I heard this bluegrass, these two guys on acoustic and singing, and it was bluegrass, and I was just sitting there just listening and watching what they were doing, and I'm like, holy crap, I might be a bluegrass fan, because what they're doing is freaking amazing, So there's an art to getting up on stage, whether it's on video or live stage or whatever, and just playing your music, especially music that you have written. There's indeed an art. So I have just mad respect for anyone that can get up there and do that. And I enjoy it, and I'm going to be doing more of that this year. Faceless, no, I didn't use the EVH, dude. What I did last night was, Faceless is asking about my EVH amp, which it's over here. You guys can't see it. I haven't really used that a lot. I've had it. I had that for the intention of playing out, but of course this virus hit, and we're not, not really playing out right now. But I ran everything through the studio. So I ran my song through the studio, and my vocals, I created a track for my guitar and a track for my vocals to sing and play live along with the track. So I wanted everything coming out of just these monitors here. That way it was so much easier to get a good sound for you guys, because I had a little lapel mic close to that monitor. So, I wanted to do that. Had I used a real amp, you probably only would have heard the amp, because I would have had to crank it up so loud, So I couldn't really use a live amp in that, dude. But yeah, it worked out good. What I did use was the Fortin NTS by Neural DSP. That's the plugin I used last night for the metal guitar. And Jim, you're asking, is a 7-string your main guitar? Yeah, it is, dude. Yep, this is my main guitar right now. That is the ESP E2 Horizon FR7. So that's that. I use this, and I mainly use for, like, this is my main 6-string here. This is another ESP. It's the LTD M1000 Deluxe. So this guitar recorded my first 3 albums. This one here I used for Masterpiece, my last album, because that was my first 7-string album I put out. Now I do have, I can't grab it because it's all the way over there. You can't see it. I do have an Ibanez RG 1570. And I need to restring that. I'm probably going to do that today. I did use that guitar, though, the Ibanez, on my Heavy Metal Workout album. You see I have a heavy Metal Workout shirt on. Those albums are, if you look up my name in Heavy Metal Workout, if you want some workout music, go look that up on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, all those places. That's on there as well. So, Faceless, no, I didn't buy a new Ibanez, dude. That was, I've had that forever. My good friend Tom sold that to me many, many years ago. And you just learned about the 2-note stuff. That will be awesome. You can use your amp through the PC. Yeah, Faceless, I actually have the Torpedo plugin for cabs. I haven't messed around with that yet. It just kind of seems, you know, hey Petros, what's up, man? Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining, dude. About using your amp through the PC, I'd almost rather just use a plugin. I feel like if I'm gonna play through an amp and get a sound out of an amp, I would rather just play through that amp and nothing else. And that's just me because I'm lazy and very, very simple-minded. I'm just being honest. I don't want to go through the hassle of connecting the amp to the interface and, you know, and all that stuff. And yeah, I'm very familiar with Torpedo. My buddy Mike, I don't know if Mike's on, he plays through that as well. But again, if I'm going to play if I'm going to play at low volumes, I'd rather just plug into my studio and play through that because it's just much easier to have set up. You know, I bought my EVH amp for 2 reasons. I bought it to play out, which I hope to do here in the next few months, metal, and I also bought it to record my next album with. So I'm going to be, you know, I'll have it cranked up in this room right here, and I'll have it mic'd and all that good stuff. But just for jamming, it's just so easy to plug in. If I'm just practicing or writing ideas, it's just far easier just to plug in to my studio and use the amp sims, you know. And that's just me. I'm not saying it's better. I'm not saying that's better, but it's just easier, you know, for that purpose. So that's what I do a lot of times. I'll record my initial tracks using a plug-in, and if I want to go back and re-record it with something else, like a live amp or whatever, I can do that. But at least I've got the idea I can put down quickly, if that makes sense. So, Petros, I'm doing good, dude. You know, I know it's difficult days for a lot of people. I'll be honest with you guys, not really a whole lot's changed for me because I went full-on entrepreneur like end of January anyway. So I've been kind of stuck inside working all the time on my own stuff here anyway. So when this whole coronavirus hit, it's like, oh, I can't go anywhere. Well, I really haven't gone anywhere, you know what I mean? Because I've been putting in like 10 and 12-hour days here, you know what I mean? So that's just been my life, which I love what I do here. Love being on here with you guys and giving you guys music and stuff. So, guys, I'm going to wrap things up here. If anybody has any questions, go ahead and put them out there now. I'd be happy to answer anything. If you have questions about the workouts we talked about, the beer I talked about earlier, the bear lasers. Once again, Hidden Springs Ale Works here in Tampa. If you guys are watching, thanks for the good beers. Awesome. I'm going to top this off here. Or if you guys have any questions about, or if you got, not questions, but if you guys have any songs you'd like me to do, like any cover songs you'd like to hear me play live, especially on acoustic for Wind Down Wednesday, definitely let me know about that. So guys, thank you all again. Again, if you want to support me, go to the description of this YouTube video. There's some links in there, and those are all good ways that you can support me. So one question here, Faceless, maybe you can get Candy to sing along next Wednesday. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen, dude. But I will talk to her and see. That would be awesome. That would be my wife. She's she's tiny. She's Asian, so it'd be really awesome to hear her crank out some death metal tunes. You wouldn't expect that. But yeah, maybe we'll just do that. Guys, Jim, thanks for joining. Jose, thanks. Faceless, all you guys on here right now. Petros, thank you. Thank you guys so much for joining. Love all you guys. and I will see you on the next live video. I'll also be putting something out on YouTube, just like a regular video. I've got another like guitar video I want you guys to hear. It's going to help you on guitar. So I'll be putting that out soon, so stay tuned for that. Guys, thank you so much. Keep it metal. I'll see you soon.